Let's hope that this man does not leave the building. What is up, Finn fans? You can tell by the title, I'm going to talk a little bit about Terron Armstead, but this video mostly is going to be the reaction to Chase Edmonds and Alec Ingold's sit-down conversation with Travis Wingfield. But as I made my video, around 5:30, 6 o'clock, Ian Rappaport came out at 6 o'clock saying that Saints free agent offensive tackle Terron Armstead is flying tonight to South Florida and is set to visit with the Dolphins tomorrow, per Tom Pelissero. One of the top players available in free agency, Armstead will fill a huge need for Miami. If the Dolphins can bring in Terron Armstead, it'll definitely help the Dolphins out when it comes to their offensive line troubles. Now, here's my thing, right? You look at Terron Armstead, and in 2019, he had an 81.2 PFF grade, 9th out of 81 tackles. In 2020, he had 84.9 PFF grade, 7th out of 79 tackles. And this past year, he didn't play the full season, but he had 26th out of 83 tackles with a 75.9. It went down a little bit. Now, this happened, I think, a few months ago. This happened January 18th when this was reported, that Armstead underwent knee surgery Tuesday, and that the left tackle announced via Instagram account Tuesday that he had surgery on his knee that kept him out of the final 4 games of the 2021 season. Armstead said it was time to get right, and he will now shift his focus to rehabbing the knee ahead of the 2020 campaign. So I'm wondering what the holdup is, right? What could possibly be the holdup that he didn't get signed? And I think it has to do with his knee. And I think it has to do with the amount of money he's asking. So I think he's going to meet with the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins are going to ask him, obviously, how's the knee doing? How's this? How's that? And then I think they're going to try to sign him. Now, he's a top tackle in the NFL, but it worries me that he has never played a full season. He's played like 11 games here, 10 games there, 15, and then I think past season he only played about 8. So that's the biggest thing that worries me. You look at, La'el Collins, who's now with the Bengals. He has played more, and you look at like Trent Brown, you look at these other guys that are out there, and they have played full seasons. I think Trent Brown deals with like getting banged up here and there, but Terron Armstead, it's like the reward is so high, but then it's like the injury. It's like, I want to sign him, but it's the same thing. It's my same thought process as going after Tua Tagovailoa. If you go back and watch my top 5 prospects, my biggest fear of drafting Tua Tagovailoa was his injuries, and will they be reoccurring, and will they come back, and will they hold them out? But I said he had such an upside that it's like you have to take the good with the bad. Same thing with Terron Armstead. He's a great tackle, and he will help to his left side. He loves to roll out to his left, be a big help on that side, but will he play the full season? So, if he signs tomorrow, you're obviously going to get a video from me. Even if he doesn't sign, you're going to get a video from me. But that's going to be something we're really looking at, and we'll see. Like I said, I'd love to sign him, and if not him, my next probably is Trent Brown or Dwayne Brown, one of those two guys. But that's what I have to talk about with Terron Armstead coming to visit today. Yeah, he literally came today. Now we're going to shift focus to reacting. And Travis Wingfield, if you haven't followed him yet, if you haven't listened to his podcast or anything, please go do it. He sat down with Chase Edmonds and Ingold, and we're going to do a live reaction to both of them. So I'm going to pop it up, and we're going to listen to this Mamma Jam.
What's up, Dolphins? Travis Wingfield here, the host of the Drive Time podcast, and I am joined by new Dolphins running back here, Chase Edmonds. Chase, what's up, man?
Trav, what's up, brother? I appreciate you having me.
We're happy to have you in here. Getting down to Miami for the first time here, how's it all feel? Is it hitting you yet?
It's starting to hit me now. Touring the facility, seeing the great facilities that Mr. Ross has put into here, I implemented it here, man. It's beautiful out here. Seeing the locker room, getting to meet the people, both yourself, upstairs, downstairs. It's starting to sink in now, so I'm getting very excited.
You told me
He went down that slide. That's why I think it's a good chance the Dolphins are going to sign Terron Armstead, because they're just going to be like, go down the slide. Your contract's at the bottom of the slide.
But you want to do a TV career after your playing career. You pretty into that idea?
I'm pretty into that. Yeah, I got a little sauce with the TV, just a little bit.
Yeah, I can see it. It shows already. You got the aqua and orange popping in,
Yeah.
looking good, looking sharp. So, you said that the building right here in Miami was great. Obviously, it's a brand new facility that's just awesome to work in every day. But besides that, what really attracted you to coming here to Miami and play with the Dolphins?
Yeah, so what really attracted me to was the unique opportunity to work with Mike McDaniel, Coach Mike McDaniel. And I was told by a lot of former players, one, that they love him. That was the first thing for me. I feel like playing for a coach who respects his relationships with his players was very important for me, very paramount. And then obviously I heard he was a genius. I heard he's the real deal. He's a guru. I really like his zone scheme, run blocking. I like how he utilizes his backs. And to me, it felt like the perfect match to come here and also gel with Tua, who I felt like is someone that with my receiving ability, we could benefit off of each other as well.
So 2 questions there.
That is the thing, because obviously I've heard, whether on Twitter or in the comment section, no one wants to come here. No one wants to play here. We have to overpay for players, yada, yada, blah, blah, blah. Not saying it's true. Not saying it's not true. We don't know. But what he's saying there, especially about Mike McDaniel, players talk to each other. So, hey, the Miami Dolphins want to hire you. They'll pick up the phone. They'll call Kittle. They'll call, all these guys, Garoppolo, all these guys that have played with Mike McDaniel. Debo. What's Mike McDaniel like? Should I take this contract to go with the Dolphins? And probably like, yeah, this guy is good. He's going to put you in the right place to be successful. Go there. So, a lot of, I hear it a lot. Oh, no one wants to play for Miami. No one wants to play here.
One, how does the zone scheme kind of benefit your skill set?
So, yeah, since my college days at Fordham now, I've been running on just zone scheme, and then coming into the NFL, playing under Cliff for 3 years, it's all zone scheme for us really is our primary run scheme. So I felt like with my skill set, I'm very comfortable in the zone format, especially outside zone, inside zone. And I felt like something that just correlates to my skill set is also kind of, seeing lanes develop, hitting the cutback, being able to stop and start very fast. That's what the zone scheme is all about, and that's what I feel like I do really well.
Yeah, I saw it on tape, man. It's fun to watch. You're explosive as hell. You talk about Tua there, too. What do you think you guys do well together that's going to mesh together here in Miami?
Well, I think the first thing I like about Tua is that he's very accurate. You could tell that he's intelligent, knows how to get on his reads, get off his reads. And I feel like with me, that's something that I need just on the check down purpose of if the ball's getting out quick, especially in our scheme that we're going to be doing. It tailors to my skill set of really catching the ball out the backfield, figuring out what I can do with it and help moving the chains.
Some of those choice routes, Texas routes, just take them off and go,
yes,
right?
Sir.
You mentioned Fordham, so I have a couple of Fordham trivia questions here for you. Ready
I got
for that?
you, I'm ready.
So do you know how many players have been drafted from Fordham?
Myself, John Skelton.
Yep.
How long back we going?
So this is like all time. I don't know the name. It was like in the 40s though. So I think you're.
I'm about to say that's probably with the blocks of granite. So I'm not gonna know that one, but I'm gonna say 3.
It is 3.
It is 3.
It is
okay,
3.
yeah.
Do you know who has the longest career among Fordham players who were drafted in the NFL?
I'm gonna go with the guy from the 40s.
It's Chase Edmonds.
It's Chase Edmonds
Chase
already?
Edmonds, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's huge.
So there you go, man.
Hey, but shout out to Nick Zakel. He's from Fordham, and he's a mid-round, late round prospect this year. So I got to give a shout out to my guy.
Make it 4.
Lineman. 4.
Make it 4.
Coming on for a
Maybe
pipeline.
come after your
Pipeline.
longevity as well, too.
Yes, sir.
So love to hear it. Love the shout out. So, when you got the agreement here with the Miami Dolphins, you tweeted about a kid from Fordham making it through that rookie deal now into your 5th season. You must take a lot of pride in coming from a university that hasn't produced a ton of NFL talent and now to be here in your 5th NFL season.
Yeah, just because for me, I've kind of always been the underdog. Coming out of high school, obviously, because I went to Fordham, didn't have a lot of offers, didn't have a lot of FBS offers. And it's just something that I always carried on my shoulder, a chip on my shoulder every single place I went to. And to be able to just kind of, I feel like in life, we get caught up in whether it's your profession, my profession, of trying to be the ultimate, trying to get to that goal. Everyone wants to be at the best of what they do. Mm-hmm. But sometimes I feel like people don't take the time to zoom out. And what I mean by zoom out is just zoom out of where you're at in your life right now and look at how far you've come, look at where you want to go to, and just appreciate, the journey. I was just talking to Coach E about it. It's all about the journey, man. So for me, I appreciate that part of my life, that journey that really kind of molded me into the man that I am right now.
Coach, he has some great perspective. He'll
Yes,
give you there.
sir.
He's been around the block a little bit. He's
Yes,
got
sir.
some wisdom. He gives me some wisdom all the time. Tells me about being a father and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's great stuff. So Chase, I'm a big fan of next gen stats. The player tracking they do, it tracks speed and everything. So you hit 15 miles per hour more than any other back in the NFL last year. Do you know that?
I did not know that, nah.
What role does speed play in your game?
So I'm not even a burner. Like I'm not no 4.3 guy, but I feel like what I do as well is I get from 0 to my top speed like that, in about 2-3 steps. I feel like I can generate enough quickness, velocity, and power to get to my top speed. And I think that's probably where that stat came from. I'm not going to hit no 23 miles per hour like my guy Raheem. But if we talking 0 to 20, I can get there pretty quickly. So I feel like that's something that I just kind of continue to learn and utilize in my skill set as a professional football player. But it's also something that I think can obviously make me distinct and make me unique.
Yeah, we had Keon Cross in here talking about his speed. He was saying he can go up against anybody in the long game, so maybe some races out there on practice, but I don't know. We'll see. But you mentioned the passing game earlier, and 130 targets the last 2 years. Why is it so important for a back to be involved in the passing game?
Truth be told, if you guys can see, they devalue running backs quite a bit now in the NFL now. So I feel like if we all can run the ball, we all probably can't catch the ball. So I just feel like, I want to go to teams in Miami this year, obviously just showcasing that, when in doubt, man, I can run routes just as good as your receiver 4, and I'll take that to the table anywhere I go. So I feel like anything you can do, more is better. More is always better. So I'm just trying to find a way to utilize, whether it's pass pro, my knowledge of assignments, my quarterback trusting my hands out the backfield, anything to make this team better, I'm willing to do.
That's definitely a theme here at the Miami Dolphins. Your new teammate, Alec Ingle, was talking about the multiple roles he likes to fulfill on the roster as well. So by that same token, no sacks allowed the last 3 years, just 3 quarterback hits allowed in that time. What's the mindset required to be a good pass protector?
The willingness to do it. I think in pass pro, obviously the running back is usually always at a disadvantage unless you're like Derrick Henry and you're bigger than the linebacker. But so it's never a fair fight for us. But I feel like if you go into that fight willing to fight, man, and I used to have a saying with K1 that I'm going to bring right here with Tua is I'm going to die in that pocket with you, bro. I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that you don't get hit or you don't get sacked. Whether that's getting ran over and dying slow, if that's what I got to do, that's the part, about the job. But also another thing with that, I just think it's really about the intelligence and knowing who you have to block, knowing your assignment. And that's something I take pride in. I take pride in knowing my assignment always and making sure there's no mental errors on my part.
So you mentioned the TV career, the post-playing career.
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you noticed, but you just nailed my transition to the next topic here because you mentioned K1, Kyler Murray.
Yeah.
On Twitter, after you agreed with the Dolphins, he said the Dolphins are getting a dog in Chase Edmonds. Did you see that tweet? And can you expand upon what he means?
I mean, in today's language, I guess getting a dog means you're getting somebody good, somebody that's going to help your team, be a better team. And K1, he's my brother forever, man. I talked to him when I knew I was going to probably be moving on. But again, I feel like the relationship with your quarterback from your running back is, it's top tier, man. He's got to be able to trust that guy next to him in that pocket. And if you look at our games, anytime you see our heads looking at each other, we talking about something, whether it's the play, the assignment, what he want me to do, what I want to do. But communication is always key, and that's something that I'm going to bring here with Tua. And just, him growing and me growing is us growing. So it's a win-win situation for everybody, and just finding ways to really mesh together, finding ways to become a better football team fast.
That's great stuff. You talk a lot about the football here, but I want to get your kind of off the field perspective. So we talk about Miami. It's a rich area in terms of culture, food. There's tons to do down here. What are you most excited about doing away from the football field here in South Florida for the first time?
So, man, really just I guess getting to know the city of Miami. And like you said, it's a great city filled with so much culture. And I feel like when you're a tourist of Miami, you don't ever experience that culture because most people just come down here to party and whatever. But for me, just really trying to get that experience of getting that culture, and I want to get my Spanish game up. Yes. By the end of my year 1 in Miami, I want to be halfway to bilingual. So that's something I'm really gonna actually try to hone in on.
We're gonna check in on you on that.
For real. Like one day, y'all interview, give me an interview, ask me a couple questions in Spanish. Let me see what I can do.
It's not gonna be me because I gotta come along with you, but maybe we'll get there at one point.
Yes, sir.
Just seeing the stuff that they're talking about, hearing him talk about pass protection, hearing him talk about the connection with his quarterback, hearing him talk about relationships with his quarterback, the type of player it just makes you excited to just sit and listen to this guy and not work with him. Obviously, I'm not a player on the Dolphins, but just see what he can do, especially when he's talking about like he might not be like Raheem Mostert. Raheem Mostert. I'm probably saying that name wrong, but because he's fast. Man, it's fast. But he's still talking about I can get from 0 to my speed quick, that's where the acceleration comes in. You might be fast, but if you have a slow acceleration, you're going to get caught. So I I love it. But let's listen to our new fullback now.
Dolphins Podcast Network, and I'm thrilled to be joined today by new Dolphins fullback Alec Ingold, throwing up the horns there. We had Connor Williams in here earlier. He was the Texas Longhorn for a long time there.
Okay.
So you're
Connor's
right
a baller, man. We were at the physicals, and he's just like mammoth of a dude, right? He's huge. He's like, I play guard. I was like, I want to be on this guy's team.
Run behind that guy, right?
Yeah,
there you go.
exactly.
So now you're here in Miami. You met Connor Williams already, but how's the overall experience feeling for you so far?
It's really cool. Building is fantastic.
Yes.
We're in the shadows of Hard Rock. Like, you can't draw it up much better than this. So it's been fun so far. People are amazing. People are smiling.
You don't
Energy
know,
is like contagious.
real
So
quick.
it's definitely.
He played for the Raiders. So, and I think he was on the team that when we came here and faced us was on, because you could see here in the corner, this is the home side and this is the shade at 1 o'clock. The opposite side, it's like back to here is the sun. So it's the whole field, and then it comes to about here is the sun. And when we played the Raiders in 2018, I think it was, they were throwing up because it was so hot, and then they complained that it wasn't fair that Dolphins were in the shade and they were in the sun.
It's been a good day so far.
It's your first day here. Wait till you see the sunset behind Hard Rock. You can't beat it. It's a postcard, man.
All right. Well, I'll have to stay here till the sunset then.
Yeah, there you go. Exactly. So you're here with the Miami Dolphins now, new fullback here for us. What was it that attracted you to the Miami Dolphins in this free agency process?
I mean, it had to start with football, right? Coach McDaniels, Frank Smith, the whole running back staff, the everything about this offensive staff, the special teams, was exciting. Being a part of this organization, the legacy, the history, I mean, you can make a whole list about it, right? So it starts and it really finishes with football, right? You're excited to run the ball. You're excited to be a part of that team that wants to do that, to be able to put an emphasis on that. We got Raheem signed. We got freaking Chase signed. Myles Gaskin was in here in the weight room already looking swole. I'm like, I can't wait to get to work with these guys. You know what I'm saying? So just being a part of this facility right now and the way that everything seems to be moving, I think football has been it's in the forefront of everyone's mind here, which is very exciting.
Take care of your running backs, right? Spoken like a true fullback.
100%. I'm excited to get to know these guys. I know I had wonderful relationships with all my running backs back home in Las Vegas. So transitioning that to here, we're just going to absolutely just hit the ground running, obviously run the football. Man, I'm really excited to work with these guys.
You mentioned running the ball. How much does the weather down here complement a running game?
I mean, that's that you can take some hearts out now, 4-minute drill, right? Like if it's hot, in Hard Rock and it's in the middle of September, October, and it's a little bit hotter than the other parts of the area, if we can run the football, it's going to be an exciting time to be a Dolphin.
So I'm not sure how often you're on social media, but kind of going back and looking at people watching your tape that are a big fan of your game, there's a bit of a following there that just says, Alec Ingold's my guy, like some video clips of you plowing through making a hole for a touchdown run, or high hurdling a defender in the secondary, running wheel routes and getting on top of cornerbacks. What of that is your favorite, or is it simply just leading up a block in the A gap?
Yeah, no, I think you get those highlight plays and it's really cool, and it's really, it's something cool to be put on social media. But I think the biggest thing I'm working on in my game is consistency. Like let's get a hurdle every once in a while, or a big splash play. That's cool, but let's get Raheem and Chase and Myles working. Let's get those guys in open space. Let's get this offensive line moving. And if I can be a small piece of that puzzle that's consistent every time I step onto the football field, the defense knows what the offense is doing. You can't really, beat around the bush and we're going to go run the football. Like that's where I would want to tip my cap to, more so than any highlight play on Twitter.
Might have to get you one of those run the damn ball hats with the way you're talking here, man. We're excited to hear about it.
We'll run through a wall if we need to.
I love it. So you mentioned some of the versatility there and just talking about being well-rounded. I found a really cool article where Derek Carr was talking about you working on routes and playing running back and receiver and fullback roles. Why is it so important to you to be so well-rounded?
I mean, the best ability is availability, right? And to be able to step in for guys and fill in roles seamlessly, to know the offense more so than just your little role, it helps everything. It helps everybody in communication, from the film room to the practice field to the game. So the more that you understand, the more you can comprehend, the more that you can do on a football field, the longer you can stick around, the bigger impact you can have. So I'll always give everything I got to this organization, to the boys in the locker room, to the coaches. That's just how it goes. And
one of those roles, obviously, special teams, you mentioned that earlier. What is the key to you to being a great special teamer? It's
a want to.
Yep.
It's really a want to. You want to play football. You want to be on the football field, and that's what happens. Kickoff return. A lot of people are, grabbing popcorn and soda and stuff, and we are running down the field as fast as we can, trying to gain an extra 3-4 yards. But that's really a lot of the guys that are the glue of the team. That's the depth of the team. And if you got those guys operating at a high level and wanting to be on a football field, that difference definitely it pays dividends long term.
It's almost a fullback mentality, right? Same idea.
Yeah, exactly. And it's not glorious. Not a whole lot of people are going to watch it. There's not going to be a whole lot of highlights besides, some of those big run backs you might see every once in a while. But those happen because of the consistent effort and want to from everyone, all 11 on the field.
Let's go ahead and finish up here. What are you most excited about? Whether it's football, it kind of sounds like that's your go-to, but maybe we'll go in a different direction here. Culture, South Florida, it's rich. The food down here is great. Is there one thing you're kind of looking forward to here in South Florida away from the football field?
Anything that's going to be outside this facility is definitely going to be in the community. I'm a big community guy. I love helping out high school kids with mindset training, financial well-being, personal and professional development. So I have a little foundation starting up back home in Wisconsin, stuff like that. So anything I can do to help the community, reach out to other people, be a helping hand. That's what I'm going to be spending my free time on, maybe a golf course or two.
Yeah, I love it. You can't go wrong with that. Really good stuff here. We'll get you set up with all the community stuff. There's tons of good stuff to do here.
Absolutely love. And I talked about it when they signed him, how much I love the signing because, like he said, especially here in September when it is hot. I was talking about the Oakland game, at the time, and they were Oakland Raiders, where we were burning them out, throwing up in the end zone, and they were complaining after the game that it wasn't fair that they were in the sun. Having that run game, and now having a versatile fullback that you start line up in the I formation or the strong formation, they're expecting a run, and then all of a sudden it's a pass game. You have that extra receiver. So now you have your running back going out, you have your fullback going out, you have your tight end going out, and you have your 2 wide receivers. 5 wide receivers, 5 potential receivers out there when the defense is expecting a run. You might even have 4 because you got play action with Chase Edmonds, Raheem Mostert, Myles Gaskin, whoever. So it's his play and his versatility is huge, absolutely huge for the Dolphins. One of my favorite signings. I think he is my favorite signing besides bringing back Gesicki and Emmanuel Ogbah. I do like Connor Williams, and we'll see what other stuff happens. But these 2 additions and what they had to say in their interviews just solidify why the Dolphins went after him and why they signed him. It's going to work. The run game, they just need the offensive line to be much, much better than they were last year. So if that's adding Terron Armstead, Connor Williams, and maybe, please add Treader. I don't know if they're going to. I really hope they do. If they add that and then you have 3, so you can have, Hunt maybe play right tackle, then you can have Solomon Kinley or, Liam Eichenberg play guard. You never know. But I just want more veterans on that offensive line to help the young guys develop. But I'm excited. I'll let you know what happens tomorrow. Like I said, I'm definitely going to make a video tomorrow because Terron Armstead is going to be meeting with the Dolphins tomorrow. It's going to be real big. But other than that, guys, comment below. Let me know what you think about Terron Armstead coming. Do you want to sign him? Is it more about how much we give him versus his availability? What do you think about what Ingold and what Edmonds had to say? Comment below. And other than that, guys, I'll see you tomorrow. But like usual, stay classy.